The worst part about being accused of theft isn't the accusation itself. It's watching your own family turn against you, one by one, like dominoes falling in slow motion. I'm Emery, and last Tuesday, my mother's antique jewelry collection disappeared from her bedroom safe. Now I'm sitting at our weekly family dinner, stomach churning as my sister Lily won't even look me in the eye. Pass the potatoes, Travis? Mom asks, her voice tight with forced cheerfulness. My brother-in-law slides the dish across the table, and I notice his hands trembling slightly. Interesting. So, Mom continues, clearing her throat. I spoke with the insurance company today. They'll need a police report before processing anything. The clinking of silverware stops. I set down my fork, my appetite vanishing instantly. Mom, I've already told you. I know what you told me, Emery. Her tone cuts like ice. But you were the only one home that afternoon, and you knew the safe combination. Because you gave it to me for emergencies. My voice cracks. I would never— Let's not do this at dinner, Lily interrupts, finally meeting my gaze with disappointment written across her face. Travis and I need to head out early anyway. Travis nods quickly. Too quickly. Yeah, work meeting first thing tomorrow. I've known Travis for 5 years, ever since he married my sister, and something about his behavior tonight feels off. The way he's avoiding eye contact, his slightly disheveled appearance, the constant checking of his phone under the table. Actually, I say, pushing back my chair, we should do this now. Mom, when was the last time you checked the jewelry? Sunday evening after church. Mom folds her arms, when I showed Isabel the emerald necklace from your grandmother. And the safe was definitely locked? Of course it was locked. She throws up her hands. I'm not senile, Emery. That's not what I meant. I turn to Travis. Weren't you at the house Sunday too, helping Mom with her computer? His face pales slightly. What are you implying? I'm not implying anything, just establishing a timeline. Lily stands up abruptly. How dare you? Travis has been nothing but good to this family, and you're trying to deflect suspicion onto him. Lily, sit down, Mom says wearily. Emery, I know you're upset, but pointing fingers won't bring back the jewelry. Those pieces were irreplaceable. Your grandmother's wedding set, the pearl choker your father gave me on our 10th anniversary. Her voice trails off, and I see tears forming in her eyes. The sight makes my chest ache. Dad's been gone 3 years now, and those pieces were some of our strongest connections to him. I understand they're irreplaceable, I say softly. That's exactly why I would never take them. You have to believe me. Then help us understand, Lily pleads. Where were you between 2 and 4 p.m. on Tuesday? I was at home working remotely like I always do. I had 3 Zoom calls that afternoon. Check my calendar if you don't believe me. In between calls, though, Travis speaks up, his confidence seemingly returning. You could have easily— Stop. I stand up, my chair scraping against the hardwood floor. Just stop. I'm done defending myself to people who should know me better than this. I grab my purse and head for the door, but Mom's voice stops me. Emery Boyd, don't you dare walk out. Watch me. I turn back one last time. And when you figure out what really happened to those jewels, I expect a full apology. From all of you. The drive home is a blur of streetlights and suppressed tears. I call my friend Micah the moment I walk through my front door. They're impossible. I sob into the phone. My own mother thinks I'm a thief. We'll figure this out, Micah says firmly. Remember those security cameras we installed last month when you thought someone was stealing your packages? I freeze, hope flickering to life. The ones with a view of Mom's driveway? Exactly, and they store footage for 30 days. For the first time since this nightmare began, I feel a smile tugging at my lips. Micah, you're a genius. Can you come over tomorrow and help me check the footage? First thing in the morning. We'll get to the bottom of this, Em. After hanging up, I sit in my darkened living room, thinking about Travis's strange behavior at dinner. The trembling hands, the nervous glances, the sudden need to leave early. I may be the black sheep of the family right now, but I'm not stupid. Something isn't adding up, and I'm going to find out what it is. They want evidence? I'll give them evidence. Let's see who's really been lying to this family. There! I jab my finger at the screen, nearly spilling my coffee. Micah, pause it right there. It's 7:30 a.m., and we've been reviewing footage for the past hour. The timestamp on the video reads Sunday, 2:47 p.m. A familiar figure is walking down my mother's driveway, looking over his shoulder. Micah leans closer to my laptop. That's definitely Travis. But this is Sunday. He was supposed to be there, right? Keep watching. The footage continues. Travis opens his car door, reaches into his jacket, and pulls out something that catches the sunlight. Even in the grainy video, there's no mistaking the glint of gold and emeralds. Son of a bitch, Micah whispers. My hands are shaking as I fast forward through more footage. Tuesday afternoon shows Travis returning to the house, using a key I didn't even know he had. He emerges 20 minutes later with a bulging messenger bag. I need a drink, I mutter. It's not even 8 a.m. Fine, more coffee then. I stand up and pace my kitchen. I can't believe this. He must have copied the safe combination when he was fixing Mom's computer. Micah starts typing furiously. Want me to check if any pawn shops in the area? My phone buzzes. It's Lily. I show the screen to Micah, who raises his eyebrows. Answer it, he mouths. I take a deep breath and hit accept. Hello? Travis is in trouble. Lily's voice is thick with tears. He has a gambling problem. I just found out. There are people threatening him, Emery. He owes them so much money. My free hand clenches into a fist. How long have you known? I just found out this morning. He confessed everything. Please, you have to help us. If Mom finds out what? That her precious son-in-law stole her jewelry? Silence on the other end. Then quietly, how did you know? I have proof, Lily. Video footage of him taking it. Both times he went to the house. Oh God. She starts crying harder. Please don't tell Mom. We'll figure something out. Travis says he can get most of the pieces back. Most of them? My voice rises. What happened to the rest? He sold them. To pay off some of his debt. But he knows where they are. We can... Stop. I close my eyes, trying to control my anger. Just stop. You know what the worst part is? You were so quick to believe I would steal from our mother. Did you even question it for a second? I'm sorry, I was wrong. But please, if this gets out, Travis could go to jail. Think about what that would do to our family. Our family? I laugh bitterly. The same family that's been treating me like a criminal for the past week? Micah touches my arm and points to his phone. He's pulled up a text conversation. I know someone who might be able to track down the sold pieces, his message reads. I take another deep breath. Lily, listen carefully. I'm not going to tell Mom, yet, but this is what's going to happen. After laying out my conditions and hanging up, I sink into a chair. I can't believe she knew and still let them accuse me. People do crazy things to protect the ones they love, Micah says, still typing on his phone. My contact says there's this guy, Ryder, who knows all the local pawn shops. He might be able to help track down the jewelry Travis sold. And what's the catch? He runs in the same gambling circles as Travis. Might be able to give us more dirt on exactly what kind of trouble your brother-in-law is in. I stare at the paused video on my laptop, at Travis's guilty face as he sneaks away with my family's heritage in his pockets. Set up a meeting. You sure about this? Could be dangerous. More dangerous than letting Travis get away with this? Than letting my own mother think I'm a thief? I shake my head. I want to know everything. How deep his gambling goes, where he sold the jewelry, all of it. Then I'm going to make him confess to Mom himself. And if he refuses, I gesture to the laptop. Then I show her this footage and let the chips fall where they may. Either way, I'm done being the family scapegoat. Micah starts making calls while I copy the video files to a secure drive. My phone buzzes again. A text from Travis this time. Please don't do this. I'll make it right. I type back 3 words. You already have. Then I block his number and start getting ready to meet Ryder. If Travis wants to play games, he's about to learn that I know how to play them too. And unlike him, I plan to win. The diner smells like burnt coffee and desperation. Ryder sits across from me, stirring his 3rd sugar packet into his cup, his leather jacket creaking as he moves. He looks exactly like what you'd expect a professional gambler to look like. Weathered face, calculating eyes, and fingers that never stop moving. Travis is in deep, he says, tapping the spoon against his cup. Deeper than you probably realize. How deep? 6 figures deep. And the people he owes? They're not exactly the understanding type. I grip my own coffee cup tighter. Is that why he stole the jewelry? Part of it. Ryder leans back, studying me. He sold most of it to this guy I know, Marcus. Runs a pawn shop downtown, but the emerald necklace, that went to someone else. Who? One of his creditors, as partial payment. He pulls out his phone, scrolls through some messages. Thing is, Travis still owes them another 40 grand. They're getting impatient. My stomach churns. And what happens when their patience runs out? Ryder's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Let's just say your sister might become a very young widow. Jesus. I push my coffee away, suddenly nauseated. Can you help me get the jewelry back? Marcus might be willing to sell them back, for the right price. The emerald necklace, though? He shrugs. That's gone. Unless what? Unless you're willing to make a deal. I know these people. They might trade the necklace for something else they want. What do they want? Information. Ryder leans forward. Travis has been keeping books for some of their competitors. If you can get access to those records... No. I stand up abruptly. I'm not getting involved in anything illegal. Just tell me about Marcus's shop. Back in my car, I call Micah to update him. The good news is we can buy back most of the pieces. The bad news is the emerald necklace, Mom's favorite, is being held hostage by loan sharks. Jesus, Em, this is getting serious. Maybe we should go to the police. Not yet. I check my watch. Mom's hosting dinner again tonight. Everyone's supposed to be there. Even Isabel's coming. I think it's time to end this. You're going to show them the footage? Among other things. I start the car. Can you send me those files? I want to set everything up before they arrive. 3 hours later, I'm connecting my laptop to Mom's TV while she fusses in the kitchen. The smell of her pot roast fills the house, almost masking the tension in the air. Emery? Mom appears in the doorway, wiping her hands on her apron. What are you doing with the TV? I thought we could watch something during dinner. She frowns. We never watch TV during family dinner. Trust me, Mom, you'll want to see this. The doorbell rings. It's Isabel, carrying a bottle of wine and wearing concern on her face. I came early to help, she says, hugging me. How are you holding up? Better than I was. I take the wine. Actually, I'm glad you're here. There's something you should know. I fill her in quickly, watching her expression shift from shock to anger. That bastard, she whispers. Karen has been devastated about those pieces. I know, that's why tonight... The door opens again. Lily and Travis walk in, both looking like they haven't slept. Travis freezes when he sees my laptop connected to the TV. What's going on? He asks, voice cracking. Family meeting, I say sweetly. Why don't we all sit down? Mom brings out the pot roast and everyone takes their usual seats. Travis keeps glancing between me and the TV, sweat beading on his forehead. Before we eat, I announce, picking up the remote, there's something we need to discuss. Emery, please, Lily whispers. What's this about? Mom asks, looking confused. I meet Travis's desperate gaze across the table. It's about the truth, Mom, about your jewelry, about who really took it. I pause, giving him one last chance. Unless someone would like to confess first? Travis grips his water glass so hard I think it might shatter. Lily starts crying silently. Mom looks between us all, realization slowly dawning on her face. Travis, she says quietly, is there something you want to tell me? The room holds its breath. I can almost see Travis calculating his options, weighing his choices. Finally, he opens his mouth to speak, and that's when his phone rings. The caller ID flashes on the screen. Ryder. Sometimes karma works in mysterious ways. Sometimes it's right on schedule. Travis lunges for his phone, but I'm faster. I snatch it off the table and hold it up, letting it ring. Who's Ryder? Mom asks, looking between us. Travis? Nobody. He stammers. Just work. Really? I set the phone down as it stops ringing. Should we ask Marcus at the downtown pawn shop about that? Or maybe we should discuss your gambling debts. The color drains from Travis's face. Mom's fork clatters onto her plate. Gambling, she whispers. Play the video, Emery, Isabel says firmly. Show them everything. I press play. The footage starts with Sunday afternoon. Travis at the computer, clearly watching Mom input the safe combination. Then him returning later, stealing the jewelry. Tuesday's footage follows, showing his second theft. Turn it off, Lily pleads. Please. No. Mom's voice is steel. Let it play. When it ends, the silence is deafening. Mom's hands are trembling as she reaches for her water glass. Travis stares at his plate, shoulders hunched. How much? Mom finally asks. What? How much do you owe, Travis? He swallows hard. 120,000. Mom's glass slips from her hand, water spreading across the tablecloth. Nobody moves to clean it up. The emerald necklace, she says. The one your father gave me on our 20th anniversary. She looks at me, then back to Travis. Where is it? I had to give it to them, he whispers. They were threatening me, but I can get it back. Threatening you? Mom stands up so quickly her chair tips over. You stole from me. You let me believe my own daughter was a thief. And now you tell me my husband's last gift to me is in the hands of loan sharks? Mom, Lily starts. Don't. Mom holds up a hand. Did you know about this? Lily's silence is answer enough. I trusted you, Mom continues, turning back to Travis. You were family, and you... She breaks off, voice cracking. You let me accuse Emery. You stood there and watched me break my daughter's heart. I'll fix this, Travis says desperately. I'll get everything back. Just don't what? I interrupt. Don't tell the police? Don't throw you out? Don't let you face the consequences of your actions? You don't understand. He slams his fist on the table. These people will kill me. Lower your voice, Isabel snaps. You lost that right when you betrayed this family. Travis stands up, looking wild. I'm leaving. Lily, come on. She's not going anywhere with you, Mom says. Lily, you're staying here tonight. You can't tell her. Sit down, Travis. I pull out my phone. Unless you want me to call Ryder back, I'm sure he'd love to know where you are. He sinks back into his chair, defeated. What do you want from me? The truth, all of it, starting with where you sold each piece. For the next 30 minutes, Travis confesses everything. The gambling, the debts, the threats. How he sold most pieces to Marcus, but the emerald necklace went to his biggest creditor as partial payment. I can get them back, he keeps saying. Just give me time. Time? Mom laughs bitterly. The time for that was before you chose to steal from your family. What are you going to do? Lily asks quietly. Mom looks at me. It's your call, Emery. You're the one they wrongly accused. You're the one who uncovered the truth. I feel the weight of everyone's eyes on me. The power to destroy Travis's life rests in my hands. One phone call to the police, and he's done. I have conditions, I say finally. First, you're going to get help for your gambling addiction. Real help, not just promises. Travis nods frantically. Second, you're going to work with Ryder to track down every single piece you sold. I don't care what it takes. And third, he asks, you're going to tell everyone the truth. Not just family. Everyone who heard the rumors about me stealing. Every single person who looked at me sideways this past week needs to know what really happened. Is that all? No. I lean forward. You're also going to tell me exactly who has Mom's emerald necklace, because one way or another, we're getting it back. Those people are dangerous, he protests. So am I. I stand up. You have 24 hours to start making this right, Travis. After that, I stop protecting you. Mom reaches across the table and squeezes my hand. In her eyes, I see pride replacing the doubt that's lived there this past week. Sometimes revenge isn't about destruction. Sometimes it's about reconstruction, rebuilding what was broken but stronger this time. And I'm just getting started. The next morning, Travis shows up at my door looking like he hasn't slept. His designer clothes are wrinkled, and his usual confidence is nowhere to be seen. I talked to Marcus, he says without preamble. He'll sell back the pieces he has, but he wants double what he paid. How much? 30,000. I let him squirm in silence for a moment before responding. And the emerald necklace? That's complicated. He runs a hand through his disheveled hair. The guy who has it, Victor, he's not exactly reasonable. I don't care about reasonable. I care about getting Mom's necklace back. He says he'll trade it for the books. Travis glances over his shoulder nervously. The ones I kept for his competition. The illegal gambling records? Absolutely not. Then I don't know what to do. His voice cracks. They're going to kill me, Emery. This isn't a joke. My phone buzzes. It's Micah. Come inside, I tell Travis, and don't touch anything. I answer the call on speaker. Please tell me you have good news. Better than good, Micah says. Remember those security cameras? Turns out they caught more than just Travis's theft. Check your email. I open my laptop while Travis hovers anxiously nearby. The new footage shows Victor himself at Mom's house 3 days ago, talking to Travis in the driveway. Their conversation is clearly audible. Holy shit, Travis whispers. Is that enough to take to the police? I ask Micah. That plus the threats recorded on Travis's phone? Definitely. Victor's already on their radar. Travis grabs my arm. You can't go to the police. They'll what? I shake him off. Kill you? Seems like they're planning to do that anyway. There's another option. Micah cuts in. The police have been building a case against Victor's operation. They might be interested in making a deal. A deal? Travis perks up. Witness protection, I realize. If you testify against them? No way. Travis starts pacing. I can't do that to Lily. We'd have to leave everything behind, start over somewhere else. As opposed to what? Waiting for them to kill you over gambling debts? He stops pacing. What about the necklace? If Victor gets arrested, the police can seize it as evidence, Micah explains. Then it can be returned to your mother. Travis sinks onto my couch, head in his hands. Lily will never forgive me. Lily will never forgive you if you end up dead, I point out. Besides, you owe this family. Time to start repaying that debt. My phone buzzes again. Mom this time. Get up, I tell Travis. We're going to the police station. Now. What about Marcus and the other jewelry? One problem at a time. I answer Mom's call. Hey, Mom. Isabel found something, she says without greeting. In your father's study. You need to come see this. 20 minutes later, we're standing in Dad's old study. Mom hands me a folder, her hands shaking slightly. Your father kept records of everything, she says, including insurance policies I didn't know about. I open the folder and stare at the documents inside. The jewelry was insured separately? For full replacement value. Mom's eyes are bright with tears. He knew how much those pieces meant to me. He made sure they were protected. Travis, who followed me here, makes a choked sound. Mrs. Boyd, Save it. Mom doesn't even look at him. Emery, what do you think we should do? I study the insurance documents, then look at Travis. Call Lily, I tell him. Tell her to pack a bag and meet us at the police station. But now, Travis, before I change my mind and let Victor's people handle you their way. He scrambles for his phone, hands trembling as he dials. Are you sure about this? Mom asks quietly after he steps out. The insurance will cover replacing most of the pieces, I say. And if Travis testifies, we might get the emerald necklace back. It's the best solution. It's not about the jewelry anymore, she says, touching my arm. It's about making things right. I should have believed you from the start. Yes, you should have. I meet her eyes. But we can talk about that later. Right now, we need to get to the station before Travis loses his nerve. She nods, grabbing her purse. What do you think Lily will do? She'll go with him, I say confidently. She always does. But maybe this time, it'll actually save him. We hear Travis in the hallway, still talking to Lily, his voice breaking as he explains everything. Mom squeezes my hand. Sometimes karma doesn't just come for the guilty. It comes to heal the innocent, too. The police station buzzes with fluorescent-lit tension. Detective Rivera leans back in her chair, reviewing the footage on my laptop for the third time. This is solid evidence, she says finally. Combined with Mr. Zimmerman's testimony, we can definitely bring down Victor's operation. Lily, sitting beside Travis, grips his hand tighter. How long would we have to be gone? Until the trial's over, at minimum. Could be a year, maybe more. The detective closes my laptop. But you'll be safe. New identities, new location, fresh start. What about our families? Lily's voice cracks. Limited contact at first. Eventually, secure channels can be established. Detective Rivera looks at Travis. But you need to decide now. Victor's people are getting suspicious. We've had eyes on them since your meeting yesterday. Travis straightens up. If I do this, I want 2 conditions. You're not really in a position to make demands, I point out. Hear me out. He turns to the detective. First, I want Marcus arrested too. He's been fencing stolen goods for years, not just the jewelry he bought from me. Detective Rivera nods. We're already planning to move on his shop. And the second condition? I want 5 minutes alone with Mrs. Boyd, to apologize properly. Mom, who's been silent until now, looks up from her coffee. I'm listening. The detective gestures to a private conference room. Take 10 minutes. We'll start the paperwork. Once they're alone in the room, I watch through the window as Travis breaks down completely. Mom's face remains stern, but her hand reaches across the table to rest on his arm as he talks. They'll be okay, Lily says quietly beside me. Mom's tough, but she's fair. Unlike me, I can't help asking. She turns to face me. I'm so sorry. For not believing you, for letting Travis convince me. Stop. I hold up a hand. Just tell me one thing. When did you first suspect he was lying? She looks down. The night of that first dinner. He was so insistent on leaving early, and then I found a pawn shop receipt in his jacket. And you still let them treat me like a criminal? I was scared. Tears spill down her cheeks. I knew if I said anything, everything would fall apart. I never imagined it was this bad. Your marriage was built on lies, Lily. It was already falling apart. I know. She wipes her eyes. That's why I'm going with him. Not to save our marriage, but because he needs someone to make sure he actually changes this time. Detective Rivera approaches with a stack of forms. We need to move quickly. Our surveillance team spotted some of Victor's men asking questions around Travis's office. As if on cue, my phone buzzes with a text from Ryder. Victor knows something's up. Watch your back. I show the message to the detective, who immediately starts barking orders into her radio. Within minutes, more officers appear. We're moving you to a safe house now, she tells Travis and Lily. Say your goodbyes. Mom emerges from the conference room, eyes red but spine straight. She hugs Lily fiercely, whispering something in her ear that makes my sister cry harder. Take care of her, Mom tells Travis, her voice stern. I will, I promise. He turns to me. Emery, don't. I hold up a hand. Just get help, real help this time, and keep my sister safe. He nods, understanding the threat beneath my words. As officers escort them out the back door, Detective Rivera hands me a business card. We'll need you to testify, too, about the footage. Are you willing? Absolutely, I take the card. What about the emerald necklace? Once we arrest Victor, we'll recover it as evidence. It might take some time, but you'll get it back. Mom touches the empty spot at her throat where the necklace used to rest. It's just a piece of jewelry. No, I say firmly. It's more than that. It's about justice. Speaking of justice, Detective Rivera says, checking her phone, our team just moved on Marcus's shop. Want to come identify some jewelry? An hour later, we're standing in the pawn shop as officers box up evidence. Mom's hands shake as she recognizes piece after piece. The pearl choker, she whispers, touching it gently. Your father saved for months to buy this. I watch her carefully wrap each recovered piece in tissue paper, noting the ones still missing. The emerald necklace isn't the only thing we need to get back, but it's a start. My phone buzzes again. Another text from Ryder. Victor's getting desperate. He's calling in debts. Want me to keep you posted? I type back one word. Yes. Because this isn't over. Not by a long shot. 3 days after Travis and Lily enter witness protection, Victor makes his move. Not against them. Against me. He's outside your office. Ryder's voice crackles through my phone. 2 guys in a black SUV. They've been there for an hour. I peer through the blinds at the parking lot. Sure enough, a dark Escalade idles near my car. What do they want? To scare you. Victor thinks if he pressures the family, Travis will back out of testifying. He clearly doesn't know our family very well. I text Detective Rivera, then call Mom. Don't leave the house today. Victor's getting desperate. I'm more worried about you, Mom says. Maybe you should work from home. No, I'm not hiding. I watch one of Victor's men step out of the SUV. Besides, Detective Rivera is sending officers. Emery, I have to go, Mom. Love you. I hang up as someone knocks on my office door. Through the frosted glass, I can see a broad silhouette. Come in, I call, my hand on the pepper spray in my desk drawer. The man who enters looks exactly like you'd expect a loan shark's enforcer to look. Expensive suit, dead eyes, and hands that could snap a neck without trying. Miss Boyd? His smile doesn't reach his eyes. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Victor. I bet you are. I don't stand up. How's that emerald necklace looking? Green really isn't Victor's color. His smile tightens. Mr. Victor would like to make a deal. Really? Because I just made a deal with the FBI. That wipes the smile off his face. You're making a mistake. No. Victor made the mistake when he accepted stolen property as payment. I lean forward. Tell him I say hi, and that green really brings out the prison bars. He takes a step toward my desk, but freezes at the sound of sirens. Through my window, I see 3 police cars pulling into the parking lot. You should leave, I tell him, unless you want to explain to the officers why you're threatening a federal witness. He backs away but pauses at the door. This isn't over. Actually, it is. You just don't know it yet. After he leaves, Detective Rivera arrives with a team of officers. They sweep the building while she debriefs me. Bold move, she says, but dangerous. Victor's not known for his patience. Good thing you're not known for yours either. I hand her my phone. Ryder recorded everything. Plus, I had my own recorder running. She grins. That's enough for witness intimidation charges. Combined with Travis's testimony and the stolen property. When are you moving on him? Tonight. We've got enough to get a warrant now. She stands up. You should stay at your mother's. We'll have officers watching the house. That evening, Mom and I sit in her living room watching the news. The headline flashes across the screen. Major gambling ring busted. Crime boss and associates arrested. Look, Mom points at the screen. Among the items being carried out of Victor's house is a familiar green velvet box. My phone lights up with texts. Micah, they got him. Ryder, Victor's going down. You're safe now. Detective Rivera, necklace recovered. Come by tomorrow to ID it. It's really over, Mom whispers. Almost. I show her my phone. Lily texted from a secure line. Travis started therapy yesterday. Good. She takes my hand. Emery, I need to say something. Mom, no, let me finish. I failed you. When all this started, I should have trusted you immediately. Instead, I let my relationship with Travis cloud my judgment. He was manipulative, I say softly. He fooled everyone. Not you. She squeezes my hand. You saw through him, fought for the truth, and protected this family, even when we didn't deserve it. I did it for Dad, too, I admit. He always said the truth comes out eventually. He would be so proud of you. She wipes her eyes. I know I am. My phone buzzes again. Detective Rivera. Victor's talking, wants to make a deal. Looks like Travis won't have to testify after all. I show Mom the message. Guess Lily and Travis won't have to stay away as long as we thought. Good. She stands up. Because when they come back, we're having a family meeting. A real one this time. No more secrets, no more lies. No more accusations. Never again. She hugs me tightly. I promise. Outside, a police car cruises past the house. Our protection until Victor's case is fully processed. But I'm not scared anymore. The truth didn't just set us free. It made us stronger. Sometimes the biggest victories come not from destroying your enemies, but from rebuilding what they tried to break. And our family? We're just getting started on the reconstruction. The emerald necklace catches the sunlight as Mom fastens it around her neck, her hands steady and sure. We're standing in her bedroom, surrounded by the newly restored jewelry collection, each piece back in its rightful place. Perfect timing, I say, checking my phone. Lily and Travis just pulled up. Mom adjusts the necklace one last time. Are you ready for this? Are you? Downstairs, Isabel lets them in. Travis looks different, humbler somehow. 6 weeks of therapy and witness protection have stripped away his polished facade. Lily stands beside him, not behind him, and the change is striking. The police called, Travis says without preamble. Victor took the plea deal, 20 years. Good. Mom touches her necklace. That means you can come home. About that. Travis clears his throat. We've been talking. Lily and I are moving to Portland. Fresh start, away from the gambling scene here. It's my choice too, Lily adds quickly. We both need this. Mom nods slowly. I understand. But first, she gestures to the living room. We need to clear the air, all of us. We settle into our usual spots, but the dynamic has shifted. Travis doesn't dominate the conversation. Instead, he listens as Mom speaks. This family broke, she says simply. We broke because of lies, distrust, and fear. I want to fix that, but I need to know everyone else does too. I do, Travis says quietly. The therapy, it's helping me understand why I did what I did. The gambling, the stealing, the lies, it was all about control. And I lost control of everything. You lost more than that, I point out. You lost our trust. I know. He meets my eyes for the first time. You were the only one who saw through me, Emery. And instead of admitting the truth, I tried to destroy your reputation. Why? The question that's burned inside me for weeks finally comes out. Why me? Because you were strong, Lily answers for him. You've always been the strong one, Em, the one who couldn't be manipulated or controlled. It threatened him. Travis nods. She's right, and I'm sorry. I know those words aren't enough, but... They're a start, Mom interrupts. But actions matter more than words. What are your plans in Portland? I found a job as an accountant, legitimate this time. He pulls out his phone, shows us the offer letter. And I'm continuing therapy, twice a week. I'll be working too, Lily adds. No more depending on Travis for everything. We're trying to build something real this time. Isabel, who's been quiet until now, speaks up. And the gambling debts? Paid off with my trust fund, Travis admits. Everything I had went to making things right. We're starting fresh with nothing but our salaries. Not nothing, Mom says. She stands up and leaves the room, returning with a small box. Inside is her pearl bracelet, one of the pieces we recovered from Marcus. Mom, no, Lily protests. After what we did, this isn't for you. Mom hands the box to Travis. Sell it. Use the money to pay for your therapy. Consider it an investment in your recovery. Travis stares at the box, tears forming. I don't deserve this. No, you don't, I agree. But that's the thing about family. Sometimes we give people what they need, not what they deserve. Speaking of family, Lily says, we want to visit, regular visits if you'll let us. Build back the trust slowly. Mom looks at me. Once again, she's letting me make the call. I think about everything that's happened, the accusations, the investigation, the truth finally coming to light. I think about how our family bent but didn't break. Monthly dinners, I decide. Here, and weekly video calls. And complete honesty, Mom adds, about everything. Travis nods, clutching the box. I promise. As they leave that evening, I notice something different about Lily's walk. She's stronger too, standing taller. Maybe that's the real victory here. Not just exposing the truth, but letting it transform us. Mom catches me watching them drive away. You did this, she says softly. You forced us all to face the truth. The truth was always there, I reply. We just needed to be brave enough to see it. She touches her emerald necklace, Dad's last gift sparkling in the fading light. He would have been proud of how you handled everything. He would have been proud of you too, Mom, for admitting your mistakes, for giving them a chance to make things right. Inside, Isabel is setting the table for dinner, 4 places instead of 6. It feels right somehow, smaller but stronger. Sometimes the best endings aren't about getting everything back to the way it was. Sometimes they're about building something new from the pieces of what broke, and sometimes that's even better than what you had before.